But now I'm something like a chemist on campus, but there's no drug around. Quite like what I found in you. Girl, I can't feel my face. What else you smoking anyway? I said to let the high go to waste. Oh, but can you taste a little taste of... Alright, so you're in this room, a boss shows up, you start doing damage to the boss, and then the boss gains a shield. This is what you do. Depending on the color of that shield, all the consoles also need to be that same shield color. If you see green, all the consoles go green. If the boss has clear, all the consoles go clear. If the boss has orange, all the consoles go orange. Your best bet is to have one person doing it. Yes, one person does the console. It's actually a lot more proficient if you do it that way. Also, keep this in mind. When you're activating those consoles, take your time. Yeah, you're not in a rush at all. Do not be in a rush. Yes, it has a timer on it, but look at the timer. It's going really, 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 really slow. I'm not exaggerating here. It's actually going really slow. And the other consoles don't ever have a timer until you actually touch them, so yeah. The timer is going really, really slow, so take your time. If you think you're going to get to the color but it's going to change before you can activate it, then just wait. Let it rotate around again and then activate the color. Take your time. You're trying to actually beat this for a feat, right? So take your time. Alright, that's one room done and a feat granted. Now this room has troubled a lot of people. Listen to me carefully. When you first come into this rule, this is the golden rule. Hold block and roll. Hold block and roll. Now you're going to see us doing that and not doing that a lot. But let's listen to what I'm saying. Hold block and roll. Two people stand on the first two circles and then the other two roll forward. Now with those wind breakers, those walls that come up, you can actually start walking again if you want to, but don't get in the habit of that. Just keep holding block and roll. Alright? Now, when two people are on the next two circles ahead of us, you'll notice that that black area right here will actually clear up. Like, see, right there? The sparks happen when there's no one on a circle behind the black area. And when someone goes to the next circles up ahead, the black area is now covered up so that it never sparks again. Okay? So, once again, as you see right there in front of me, there are two circles and there's a black area. As long as there's someone behind that black area, like directly behind it, on a pad, that black area will never turn to electricity and you will not be one-shotted by it. Okay, so what you want to do is, at least one person or two stand in one of those circles behind it and two people roll up. As soon as you roll up, now you notice that the area right there is now gone. Even though I flew back, I rolled into it, so now that area is gone. Now I need to roll forward. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll forward here. I'm going to stay there now. Now the next person goes to the circle across from me, and now that black area behind me will disappear. Right? And you just keep rinsing and repeating. Now someone will roll forward. Yeah, roll. Your best bet is rolling diagonally. If you do that, you have a better chance of breaking through the wind. And once you reach all the way up there, grab the thing. Now, as you saw, I got shot by a couple of, like, proton blasts, or whatever you want to call them. Break out of those ASAP and go back to your block. You don't want to be stunned and blown away. I hope you guys helped you out with this room. Okay, now ready for the next room. Also, I'm sorry and I apologize. This is DrkBLADExx, ex Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. What's good? We're doing the feat known as Perfect Grades. It involves you doing every single thing possible you can. All rooms completed perfectly, all feats gotten. So you have to pretty much do every feat all the way through 100% just to get this feat. This is... I want to say it's a hard feat, but it's not really, if you know what to do. Alright, now this room right here ahead of us is probably a very, very easy room to overlook, but there are mechanics in it as well. However, it actually has one of the easiest mechanics ever. So now I actually get to talk about this. With that being said, sorry for the rush at the beginning part. This was back when the PlayStation only recorded 15 minutes. Now I can record up to an hour, so we're good to go. But anyway, yeah, only the last 15 minutes record, so yeah, it's a short video. Anywho, what you're going to do when you come in this room is you're just going to, you know, do the regular stuff. Now, when you're coming here at CR level, there's a couple of setups you can go with. You can go with a balanced group, you know, 1 tank, 1 troll, 1 healer, 1 DPS. Or you can come in here with a troll, a healer, 2 DPSs. It's really up to you. When you're here at level, I fully suggest having the balanced version. 1 tank, 1 troll, 1 healer, 1 DPS. Why is that? Because if you're going for this feat, perfect grades, you need to do everything perfectly, including the very, very last fight. So yeah, you're going to need to have all roles on deck, especially at, you know, walk-in CR. So when this came out, top CR was, well, when this DLC came out, top CR was 125, 126. So let's say that you're, you know, below that, or at that CR. Okay, so this room is going to seem like there's no mechanic at all. It is really going to seem like there's no mechanic, but there is. There's always a mechanic for every place. This is a boss fight. Every place has a mechanic, even though this one doesn't look like it. What you're going to do is you're just going to attack the boss and start injuring him. Okay, now while you're doing that, you may or may not notice it, but you're going to get attacked by the room. It's not going to do you any damage, so you're not really going to notice it. But you're going to get attacked by the room. Your teammates are going to be attacked by the room. And I'll say this again, you're not going to notice it. What you're going to do is you're going to... Yeah, right there, it's got attacked. Didn't notice it, kept going. Look at my head. Do you see that ball around my head? For this feat, you need to get rid of that ball. Now, it doesn't matter if someone has the ball on their head when you beat the boss. However, at least one person in your team needs to not have it. Now, that's how easy this feat is, okay? See that over there? Now, he's got attacked, didn't notice it. I didn't notice it. The next person didn't notice it. Now, get this, get this. This is how easy this feat is. At least one person on your team must not have that ball around their head. How do you get rid of the ball? Do you see the glowing light that comes on those pads? Whenever you have the ball on your head, just walk into it. Now keep in mind that the ball, that little light, is actually going to move around faster as you try to go towards it. Yeah, it's kind of tricky. It works out that way though. It is really tricky. And it kind of sucks. But when you're actually trying to go towards the light, it's going to move away from you. So you actually kind of want to be towards a pad whenever you get shot. Yeah, see that right there? It's real awkward. Just get ready to go to the next one. Alright, now I'm cleared up, we're good to go, but somebody else has got it. So you don't really have to worry about the next person, you just have to make sure that you yourself does not have it, alright? And you will get this feat. Actually, it's not... Well, can I say it's a feat? It's kinda not. It's a feat. It's a feat. A lot of people will pass this feat up and not even know it, not even recognize it. Because it's not one of those things that you actually notice. People tend not to notice stuff if they don't take damage. Yeah, this is a feat. This is Granny Goodness's 3rd grade. But it's something that you're probably not going to notice. Especially with now the higher CRs in the game. You're going to just blow through the boss, and chances are no one's going to get it. Or at least only one person will get it, and the remaining 3 will not get it at all. So you'll get the feat. You're actually going to notice that when you come in here that nothing pops up. See? Nothing popped up because everybody already has it. It's something that's kind of easy to get, but a lot of people overlook it. And a lot of lower levels, because they will actually be too busy trying to survive it to actually look and see if there's a feat that can be gotten here. Because at first glance, you don't recognize the mechanics of the room. So this is a feat that's often passed over for a lot of low levels. But they eventually get it once they're high enough to burn through the boss before anything actually starts activating. But hey, if you want to do this at low level, that's how you do it. Easy, right? Unfortunately, the next room is anything but. Alright, now for the very last room. Let me start off by saying, good luck. Also by saying, when you first go into the room, actually, don't even step into the room. Step into the room before the last room. Like right here, right here. Stay right here. Wait till everybody's ready. Wait till everybody's ready. That's actually what you need to be doing on every single room. Standing in that one center and waiting before you go into any room by yourself. Because you will fuck this feat up if you go by yourself. Guaranteed. Guaranteed you will fuck this feat up. Always go into each room together. This is perfect grades. If you're trying to get this feat, you need to go in as a team. Alright, nothing will start until someone flies to that center. Once you do that, pick a corner. Everyone pick a corner. Everyone pick a corner. Now, the pro way of doing this is activating the console and then grabbing the item. But as you saw, I did it the opposite way. So now I have to fly backwards. Anyway, once you activate the console, then pick up your item and put it where it's supposed to go, you'll then have a glow around you of a certain color. That color will tell you which 2 pads you need to activate. That's right, 2 pads, not 1. For instance, I got white. There's a white pad that I had to fly to. Then on the opposite side of that path, that's right, the exact opposite side of that path, there will be another white pad I had to fly into. So if you're green, fly into the green pad. Then on the opposite side of that green is another green pad to fly into. If you're orange, fly into that pad. On the opposite side is another orange pad. If you're purple, fly into that pad. And then on the opposite side is another pad that's also purple. See where I'm going with this? And do that before the timer runs out, and you will get your second to last feat. Yep, that's second to last feat right there. 4th grade. You just got that. Granny's goodness, 4th grade. Now, we're going to go for Granny's extra credit. Or, my bad, extra credit for Granny. This feat involves you making sure that you use the lasers to take out all the pads before defeating the bosses. And you must do this perfectly. By perfectly, the laser never touches a pad that it's not supposed to. Alright? So, it doesn't matter if you don't make it in time, it just matters that that laser does not touch a pad it's not supposed to. Okay, so for instance, right now, it's a green laser. That green laser must touch a pad that does not have a gate around it. Now, what I mean by gate, look at the other pads. They have like this little electrical gate over them. Alright? Because they're not supposed to be touched. So, you need to make sure that the laser goes to where it's supposed to go to. Another way of saying that is this. Every time a laser comes into the room, it's randomly going to track one of your teammates, or even you. The rule of thumb for this part is to always stand in the very dead center of the room, which is right under the laser. Now, why are you doing that? Because it's the shortest distance to any of those pads in the world. Any of the pads, it is the shortest distance. So for instance, if I'm standing right here, but I have to go across the room, and the laser's coming at me, it's not going to make it to the other side of the room. The laser disappears that quickly. That quickly. Your best bet is to just stand in the center of the room and see who the laser is tracking. However, don't let the laser touch you. It will damage you. Depending on your CR, it will take a lot of damage. It won't kill you, but it will definitely hurt. And if the bosses are also damaging you at the same time, you probably die from it. Now, once again, rule of thumb, just stand in the center of the room and then see where the laser is going to. The color should tell you where the laser is going to. However, another way of doing this is looking around the room and looking for a pad that does not have a shield around it. Once all pads are done, just take out the bosses. Now, this is why you need the balanced group here. Your tank should be aggroing the bosses every second they can. Of course, they're scripted to get away from you. That's why you have your tank use your taunts. Every 5 or 6 seconds. Keep that in mind. Now, there's 2 of them, so you're going to be using up a lot of power if you use taunts. So, I don't blame you if you just want to use your AoE pull. It's a lot easier. Or if you want to just use your range pull. It's a lot easier. But at the same time, keep in mind, you want to keep those pulls too to 5 to 6 seconds. Just to keep it pure aggro. Because they are scripted to break it if you don't. Now, with that being said, remember to keep pulling them. Now, why they are... While one tank is pulling them, the healer is healing, the troll is trolling. DPS is DPSing. Eventually, while you're doing this, they will earn shields around them. The only way to get rid of those shields is to clear those pads in the room. So once you clear those pads, you're good to go. Just keep doing back what you're doing. And there it is. Extra credit for Granny. And look, you did every room perfectly, which now means that the feat perfect grades has now dropped. I hope this has helped you guys out. If you guys need any other tips or anything like that, leave a comment in the section below. I will actually write you a tip. Or if I have to, I will just make another video better explaining this in full detail. Alright? I hope this helps you guys out, because this is something that actually needs to happen. A lot of people need to know how to complete these rooms. Alright, so thanks for watching this video, guys. This is DrkBLADExx of Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. Dark Enforcers, Darkness Rises. Thanks for watching.
Oh, so that's where Superman's been. Huh. Happiness home, yeah, right. Let's get you out of there and form a plan to rescue the big man.
Shoot her!